Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago PD star explains why Voight's legacy is so important in Season 12. Chicago PD likes to focus on its ensemble more than any other one Chicago title. There's a pointed effort to focus on different characters each episode, so that each of them get their time to shine and progress over the course of a season. That said, Hank Voight, Jason Begg, is the de facto protagonist of the show. He has always been the anchor that tethers all the other characters, including Kevin Atwater. The person who plays Atwater, LaRoyce Hawkins, recently spoke about Voight's importance and how the character's legacy was more important than ever in Season 12's second half. Hawkins had previously voiced his desire to see other characters get promotions. He asserted that Kevin Atwater was more than ready to get the bump up to detective, after being a dutiful officer for over a decade. Atwater would love to be a detective and serve at a higher level, he told TV Insider. Once Season 12 got underway, though, Hawkins changed his tune. He absolutely wants to see Kevin Atwater get that promotion, but he believes that placing the focus on Voight for the time being is the more important story. Voight is at a bit of a crossroads in terms of his career, and the actor believes that IU need to be there for him. Hawkins got into his character's shoes and posited that Atwater realized how difficult Voight's job is. He felt that Atwater may have even felt bad for prioritizing a promotion over being a helpful officer, and is more committing to being a team player than ever. It is more important for me to lock in on what Sarge needs and make sure that I'm there for him, and as he thrives and as he is protected, so are we, Hawkins explained. And so win, lose or draw as far as the promotion is concerned, Atwater's going to be in the pocket. LaRoyce Hawkins also told TV Insider that the departure of Haley Upton, Tracy Spiridakos, coupled with the arrival of rookie Kiana Cook, Toya Turner, means that the IU needs to come together as an ensemble before things like promotions take priority. Everybody in that unit is special, and we're there for a reason, the actor concluded. Some of us are just there to be there and to be present and to help Sarge out. Hawkins' perspective aligns with the often selfless attitude that his character puts forth. We get where he's coming, but we do feel Kevin Atwater should get that detective promotion at some point in the near future. Do you? For over a decade, Jason Begg has embodied the gritty, morally ambiguous character of Hank Voight on Chicago PD. Voight is a man whose name strikes both fear and respect in the streets of Chicago. As Chicago PD enters its 12th season, Begg sat down for an exclusive interview to delve into why Voight's legacy is more important than ever, not just for the intelligence unit, but for the entire city of Chicago. Voight is a complicated man, Begg began. He's not just the guy who bends the rules. He's someone who genuinely believes in what he's doing, even if it means crossing lines others wouldn't dare to approach. This duality, Begg explained, is at the core of Voight's character and the driving force behind the season's central narrative. What does it mean to leave behind a lasting legacy? A man at a crossroads. Season 12 picks up with Voight facing some of the toughest challenges of his career. The intelligence unit is under scrutiny from city officials, and public trust in law enforcement is at an all-time low. Voight, a man who has spent decades cleaning up Chicago's streets in his own unconventional way, is beginning to reckon with the long-term impact of his actions. Voight isn't just worried about how he'll be remembered, Begg said. He's worried about whether the good he's done outweighs the bad. That's a question that eats at him this season. Begg hinted that Voight's journey this season will involve revisiting key moments from his past. We're going to see him confront ghosts, both literal and metaphorical. He'll have to ask himself whether his methods have created a better future for the city or whether they've just perpetuated a cycle of violence. The new generation. Another significant theme of Season 12 is the idea of mentorship and the passing of the torch. With younger officers like Haley Upton, Tracy Spiridakos, and Kevin Atwater, LaRoyce Hawkins, stepping into larger leadership roles, Voight finds himself contemplating what kind of example he's setting for them. Voight sees the potential in Haley and Atwater, Begg said. But he also knows that they're watching him closely. They're learning not just from what he says but from what he does. That's a heavy weight for him to carry. The dynamic between Voight and Upton is particularly pivotal this season. Haley is someone who's starting to question whether Voight's way is the only way, Beg revealed. She's a voice of moral clarity, and that creates tension, but it also forces Voight to look in the mirror and think about what kind of leader he wants to be. The stakes have never been higher. Beg emphasized that Season 12 will be one of the most high-stakes seasons yet. The intelligence unit is facing mounting pressure from the public, the media, and their own department to reform their practices. For Voight, this means grappling with the possibility that his way of doing things might no longer have a place in modern policing. There's this sense of urgency in the storylines this season, Beg said. Voight knows he's not going to be in this job forever. So the question becomes, what does he leave behind? Is it a legacy of fear and control, or is it something more meaningful? The show will also explore the personal toll of Voight's career. We've seen glimpses of his vulnerability in the past, Beg said, but this season we're really going to see him struggle with the sacrifices he's made, the relationships he's lost, the people he couldn't save. It's going to be incredibly raw. Legacy through relationships. One of the most compelling aspects of Voight's character is his ability to inspire loyalty among his team, even when they don't always agree with his methods. He explained that this loyalty is a cornerstone of Voight's legacy. Voight is like a father figure to the team, Beg said. He's tough on them, but he also protects them. That's a big part of why they stick by him, even when they question his choices. The relationship between Voight and Atwater is particularly poignant this season. Atwater is someone who's always walked a tightrope, Beg noted. As a black officer in Chicago, he has a unique perspective, and he's not afraid to challenge Voight. That's a dynamic we're really leaning into this season. It's about respect, but it's also about accountability. A changing city. Another layer to Voight's legacy is his relationship with the city of Chicago itself. Over the years, Voight has become synonymous with Chicago's fight against crime, but his methods have also made him a polarizing figure. Chicago is as much a character in this show as any of us, Beg said. Voight sees himself as a guardian of the city. But the city is changing, and Voight has to decide whether he can change with it. This season will see Voight navigating a city that is increasingly divided. There's a real question of whether Voight's old-school approach still has a place in a world that's demanding reform, Beg said. That's something he's going to have to come to terms with. The final word. When asked how he hopes fans will view Voight's journey by the end of Season 12, Beg paused thoughtfully before answering. I hope they see him as a man who did the best he could, he said. Voight is flawed, deeply flawed, but he's also someone who cares deeply about his city and his team. I think that's what makes him such a compelling character. He's not perfect, but he's trying. And at the end of the day, isn't that what legacy is all about? Trying to leave the world a little better than you found it. As Chicago PD gears up for what promises to be an emotionally charged and action-packed season, one thing is clear. Hank Voight's legacy will be front and center, shaping not just the future of the intelligence unit, but the very soul of the series itself.